kind of a side angle to it. And then down in through the boat. And there's a stern view. I have the tape on there to protect the transom until I get my little plate made. I sit home waiting for the stain to dry so I can put a layer of epoxy on the top of it. Okay, there's the hull with all the gear on it, still set and level. I'm going to go over and try another spot here, get a little better side angle view, but it doesn't look like it changed that much. And this will give me a visual indication of where the water line is. It's always going to be at the transom, but on the bow it looks like it's right at the edge of the probably about where the tank is, the edge of the forward air tank. You should be able to see the bubble in there. This is an empty bubble, kind of balanced out. The battery's just behind the seat. It's just a little bit heavy in the stern, but not much. It's not something I'm going to complain about because I don't have anything in the bow air tank. So there's a nice side shot. The little balls there are kids' soccer balls, they're turfy kind of things. I just put a cord through. But I found something better that works for fenders on small boats is go to a store that sells the little floats for competition water skiers. They're about the same size, and I believe they're made by Polyfoam also. They're really good people for making floats and bumpers and fenders. And they're like $5 each, and they come in yellow, green, red, and something else. But she's setting pretty good. I'm pretty happy with the way the line's set. The 12.5-foot cut line mark would be where the water line on the front is. Without me in it, it's got a 12.5-foot water line. And there's a good side shot at a distance telephoto, or zoomed in. And it really doesn't move much, and I've had the battery pack up on the, sitting on the aft air tank, and it comes down maybe half an inch, but right where it's at behind the seat, I think is a better place for it. Unless you got more gear up front, you know, like your cooler and fishing rod or whatever, then you could use the battery back by the motor. In fact, there's a little lock that goes through the eye bolts that hold it on the transom that locks the battery in place so nobody can take it, casually take it anyway. Let's go out. Let's get this show on the road. Okay. My camera doesn't fall. So you can't see my head, can you? We'll readjust that when I get out. I find I was out in this once already and I didn't like the video that I got, so I came out to do it again. And I find this long center line really doesn't like to turn, so I do make one of these, and I need a longer oar for paddling, at least an 8-foot oar minimum with drip rings. We get out here and get the GPS out. I'm going to get away from the dock a little bit, reset the camera. And get set up again. I got my bullet level with me too. So right now it says I'm a little light or heavy in the stern, but just a hair. So that's good. decided to mount the camera back a little farther this time so I could get a hold of it. I was out on a nice sunny day and I couldn't see the record sign in the LCD screen, and so I lost a lot of good video because I didn't know I was not recording. So got the GPS out and we're just about going along at about a quarter speed, and then if you can see that 1.7, 1.8 in there. Let's go up to half speed, see what we take. Got a little wind coming out of the north, so going into a headwind I'll lose a little bit. What do we got here? 2.4 at half speed, and this is the, you know, the half throttle. You can go for hours and hours and hours on end, and so the difference between, say, 2.5 and 3 miles an hour, you can go 3 miles an hour for a couple hours, but you can go 2.5 miles an hour for like 3 or 4 hours. Well, specs. I will do some more testing. Joe let me have a second battery, so I'm going to go out and do some long trips where I have a backup battery spare. So a little more excitement in the background than Lake Wilderness here. You've seen this half a dozen times, so we'll go into Seattle and cruise some of the waterfront down there. So. Motor back up to the factory and had some calibrations done on it. Then I'm noticing now on the throttle I'm getting more motion range, you know, throttle range on the upper end. Okay, we're maxed out. What have we got? 2.9. I'm happy with that. I also need to see what the hull's doing, and Joe will be out in his boat here in a minute, so we'll do some side-by-side shooting. Well, now the cord isn't long enough. We're doing 3.0 now. I think the motor is loosening up a little bit, and also the battery. The first couple charges, the cells weren't equal, and this last time around it did the factory air quote time, and then a full equalization at the end, so it should have a little more stamina today. And I think it's like everything, the more you use it, the longer they last to get it full charges. This is the last time it was, I ran it all the way down to nothing and paddled home, but I needed that experience too, so. Still 3.0, steady as a, you know, steady as she goes. Joe out in his air inflatable with an electric paddle on it. People might want to buy that instead of this. Yeah. But for fly fishermen, that little airboat and that EP, and you know, so light, you can.
Yeah, I love fly fishing because it's like cheating.
Yeah.
You cruise around until you see a fish on the surface with your fly trailing, right? And you kind of sneak up to it. I'm not afraid to load it. And drop the fly where the squirrel is. You got it.
Get a little video of the motor there. Yeah, it's cheating. I believe that's they call combination motor EP and paddle. Is that an EPP, electric pedal and paddle?
Co-paddling.
Co-paddling, okay. I knew there was a term for that.
That's the nice thing about this motor is it just speeds up to accommodate your, extra effort.
A little battery saving. A little bit of our Mount Rainier got its nose out today. Gooses in the foreground. And this flat water, it almost doesn't look like you're going anywhere. But then if you look at the side,
Doing okay. It's not quite outdoing your boat, but it's good for an inflatable.
Yeah. Well, the airs are always good boat. 1, 2, 3, 1. There's a little bit of wind coming from the north.
Well, I've been out for over an hour now, and it's pretty consistent at 3:03.1. I think it's starting to loosen up a little bit because it's staying more on the 3.1 miles an hour, but it's a brand new battery, brand new prototype, so there's some, it's been on the workbench once for some retesting and retuning. It seems to be running fine, and the battery's giving me maximum output today, so I'm going to go a little bit farther, but this is pretty much the electric paddle on the electric motorcraft. I keep forgetting what I call this thing. So I hope you enjoy it, and I'll be looking for see if anybody actually buys the plans and builds one. But I think it would be a perfect boat for if you're down in the mangrove swamps of Florida or back bayous of Louisiana, or the inland coastal areas, or just island hopping, or you just want to mess around in a boat and you don't want to paddle forever. I'm going to go out and do some, now that I got the second battery, I'm going to go out and do some endurance tests, but I'm going to do it in Seattle to where I can, or environs. I might go up to Kenmore to do the slough too, so something interesting to see for me, and maybe film for you. But right now I want to do some endurance testing, long endurance hours of time. I just wished it was a little bit warmer than what it is now. It's just up in the middle 40s right now, so it's not be able to move around and don't stay that warm. So, well, we'll see you later. Hope you have fun, and you've had fun or enjoyed watching me build this hull from start to finish. And I don't know what I'm going to be doing next. I think I might be making a pair of shoes. So we'll see about that. Maybe a fly fishing boat, but I know I've got to do the shoes because I need a new pair of clogs, and I have the forms and everything. We'll come up on that. So later.